Here's Ryan Cameron Uncensored in the studio. Chris Tucker at the Fox Theater March 14th. Get your tickets right now, foxtheater.org. The Legend Tour. You bring my money?
Ryan, you know you owe me money, man.
No, you owe me money.
I did the best rap ever, better than Outkast, Big Boy, all of them. Classic, and you ain't never paid me a dime.
No.
Ryan Cameron getting crazy.
Yeah. You know what was funny about it is that people don't realize it's two versions. Okay. When he came on, it was him and Faison Love. So he did one off of the one that everybody knows, but then Faison did one. He was doing like a beatbox. But, you know, I mean, it is a staple. People know that. I mean, they know it in school.
I want my publishing money, man, because you know that was a song, and I want it. You owe me.
And people always, what is he saying? With a bus stop people? I think the last time I interviewed you, I asked you, I was like, "What are you saying?" He was like, "Yeah, I'm saying with a bus stop people."
Yeah, I used to catch the model bus down to the Comedy Act Theater when it first opened up in 1990, and I was an amateur there. And yeah, man, I used to catch the bus all the time, and I used to get mad because they didn't take you all the way to your house. They drop you off right on Columbia Drive. I was like, come on, man, go down this street. Just make it off the bus. It was crazy back then.
So you got this Legend Tour. You're gonna be at the Fox Theater. I've seen you around the country. I think you were just in Vegas. I was leaving. Most of the time, when I get to the place, I see your picture in the elevator on the day I'm leaving. You've been traveling around a lot, though.
Yeah, it's a big tour, man. It was a 30-city tour, and man, this is like one of the last shows of the tour. It was last year, this year, and then I say the best for last. You know, I'm a hometown boy from Decatur, Georgia. Right. Started at the Comedy Act Theater on Peachtree. Now at the Fox, and it's just a blessing, man. I never imagined coming back home doing the Fox Theaters. I always, went by the Fox on the bus to the Comedy Act Theater, but now, I'm headlining there, so it's a blessing, man.
It's a historical space, man. I mean,
it is.
That Fox Theater, the tradition of being in that place, it's going to be quite a show for people to come and see. Are you going? You suggest you got to open an act? What you doing?
Sherman Golden, man, one of the best comedians in the world, man. Writer, comedian in the world, is opening it up for me. And yeah, man, the Fox Theater is classic, man. They wanted me to go to different theaters or go to either different places out here, but I said no, the Fox. I like theaters, man. And they used to play movies there, and that's the connection with me with the movies and all that stuff. And my show is it's theatrical because I do everything from. I sing, I dance, I tell jokes, I do it all, tell stories. So I like the theater feel. So that's why I definitely wanted to do it again at the Fox. I love the Fox Theater.
We got more.
With the franchise like Friday, Rush Hour, I mean, Dead Presidents, which is my favorite.
Oh, thank you.
Why go back to comedy? Like you've become this Hollywood superstar,
Well, that's where it all came from, man. If you like those movies, and my comedy comes from a real place, when you see my movies from Fridays to Rush Hours, it comes from a real place, and my stand up is real. So when you come, you're gonna hear about my life, you're gonna hear about stories about what I think about what's going on in the world and all this stuff. So stand up is everything, man. It got me to the movies, it got me to Def Comedy Jam, and then it got me, and definitely Def Comedy Jam got me to a whole generation, and then that catapulted me to the movie. So yeah, that's the foundation of everything, I think. Yeah.
We got more with Chris Tucker when we come back. It's Ryan Cameron Uncensored. It's Ryan Cameron Uncensored.
I didn't know
Chris Tucker.
You don't want to party with them.
What you mean?
No, I heard that you. No, I ain't gonna get it.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. I was in BMF for like half a second till I saw what it was really about. I was like, can I get the check, please? Yo, man, describe your journey for people, man, because it's well documented. Your ups and your downs, and your triumphs and your comebacks. Would you trade or redo anything?
No, man, no. I was telling somebody today that I love me. I'm a perfectionist, so a lot of things to me, other people probably say why he doesn't do this or do that, but I want it to be right, whatever I do, and from early on in my career, I've always been like that. And then, you know, stepping back from the business was great because I got a lot of great life experiences, man, that I can't wait to share with the world. Growing, because I started young in this business as a young comedian, and everything took off for me in the movies and stuff like that. But yeah, man, I wouldn't want to do anything over, because I feel like right now where I'm at, it's like my career just starting. And because I did take a break, and I did just step back and grew a little bit and evolved a lot. And but a lot of it comes from just wanting to perfect things and just be better.
So what was it, I mean, when you look back at it, when you felt like, okay, I need to take some time off? Was it one pivotal moment? Was it just like you said, okay, I think I'm going to just not be a part of this? Was Hollywood too much?
No.
Like, what was it?
I just said no a lot. You know, a lot of got offered everything.
What? That was out there, too.
Yeah, I just said no.
That was a big rumor that,
right,
you know, you kept turning down everything.
Because I got confidence in myself. I really do, man. I've always been confident since high school, since playing basketball in the backyard with my brothers, thinking I could beat them and couldn't, you know, and that's a good thing, because, you know, even in the comedy game and you know, going on stage and believing in yourself and being hanging with the best of the best in the comic world and in the acting world also. But no, it was just if it wasn't right, I'd just say, you know, I'm waiting, and then I'm gonna take my time. So it was more of that. It wasn't anything other than, you know. And then I started enjoying doing things like traveling around the world, exploring and broadening my horizons and stuff like that. And I mean, that was actually just as fun as making a movie, you know, growing and then the doors was opening because who I was, you know, people will let you hang out with them and all that stuff. And also, you know, finding out that, you know, that I could do more. I could do more by helping people in the world. I started a foundation, Chris Tucker Foundation, and we do a golf tournament every year that you never showed up to, but hopefully you'll come one year. But no, I'm just joking. But yeah, stuff like that, man. It's just growing as a person, man. But no, it was never that, you know. Yeah.
All right. We got more when we come back. It's Ryan Cameron Uncensored. Chris Tucker at the Fox Theater, March 14th. Get your tickets at foxtheater.org, the Legends Tour. You know, only with friends like Chris who invite you to something an hour before it starts.
You know how we roll, man.
How does that work?
He'll call me. He's like, hey, man, come to church this morning. And what time it start? 10. It's 9 o'clock, Chris.
Right, you ain't old, man. You supposed to say, all right, man, I'm going to be there. I'll get there. I'll be a little late, but I'll be there, man. We still young, man.
Yeah, buddy, come on, man. You got to still get dressed.
Just throw your stuff on, man.
So
you just needed an excuse not to come,
ain't no dress
man.
code at this church.
The same thing like you ain't paid me for that drop I did a few years ago.
Man.
But come on, man. You got to come to church. I don't care if it's first thing in the morning, but I'm going to give you a heads up next time.
Yeah, please do, man.
We was doing Family and Friends Day, and we had to get, you know, whoever get the most people win.
So you must have been you was in alphabetical order. You started with the C's.
I started with the C's, and I got the Ryan. I said, Ryan ain't going to come, but I'm going to give it to him anyway. The Lord, I'm going to give him a chance.
Well, you know, and you have always said this, and I mean, we've been friends for so long, that, you know, Sidney Poitier told you that, you know, you just kind of enjoy the mystique of not going out and doing something unless you got something going on, right? Because I always try to get you to come up here. I'm like, man, come on, Dave. Man, I ain't got nothing going on. I ain't coming up there. And then now you got something going on. But why do you think Sidney Poitier said that to you? Is it because of the fact that you are a bona fide movie star? Do you still eat for free in Atlanta? Because I don't think you should be paying for any meals by this time. You're a legend. You should be eating free wings forever.
Sometimes, man. Sometimes they hook me up. Sometimes they hook me up. Sometimes.
So what did Sidney Poitier say to you? Like what?
Well, I was fortunate enough, man, to go to lunch with Mr. Poitier, Sidney Poitier, and Harry Belafonte, and people call Weathers. Man, I've met a lot of great people, and they befriended me. And so some of the things I was doing when I was taking my time, you know, picking these guys' brains, and man, they were so kind and so gracious to spend time with me and stuff like that. But yeah, I like to do stuff when I got something happening. So, you know, I want to be motivated. And I think that's a lot of, like, even in acting, I got to pick a role that's going to motivate me to bring the best out of me. And I think that's what makes people love it, because and watch it for a long time. Like something like Fridays, you know, I was younger then, and it was like just it was me then. You know, I was a young kid to move to L.A. and having fun and you know, going after my career. And the Rush Hour was another level with action and comedy. But it was something I enjoyed doing because it was Jackie Chan. I was always a big fan of Jackie Chan, watching Rumble in the Jungle and Rumble in the Bronx and all those movies. He was already a huge star around the world. So I like to do stuff that encourage, and like the Air movie that I just did last year that came out is on Amazon Prime with Viola Davis, Ben Affleck, and Matt Damon, and that was fun because I love Michael Jordan. Who don't like Michael Jordan? I love sports, basketball. I'm at All Star. Me and my son go to All Star Weekend every year, and then I love finance, people owning their own business and stuff like that. So I love that he owned his own shoe and it made him, independent, and the financial freedom that he got out of owning that. We didn't know why he was working so hard, Michael Jordan, but he owned some of that shoe. He was trying to get them sell them shoes, man, scoring 50 points a night. So yeah, it was fun doing that movie.
But the last two roles, I mean, you mentioned the Air movie, but the role before that, it was. You were funny and you stole scenes, but it wasn't like you were in a comedic role. Is that by choice? Because of how you started off early, people knowing you, they go, "Oh, Chris gonna kill this." But there were some serious roles the last two movies you were in, right?
It wasn't by choice. It was just something that that worked. It just worked. And I talked to Ben Affleck. He said, "You can do whatever you want to do, man, in this movie." Because I was like, "It's not a big part." He said, "Well, do what you want to do." And I'm friends with Howard White, who I portrayed in the movie. So I called him up, and he said, "Yeah, I heard about I'm in this movie and all that stuff." So I picked his brain, man, and wrote my own parts in there. I just need that creative space to do my thing, to make the character work and make it interesting. And that's fun to me. You know, I never, like, every movie I've done, I've came up with most of the dialogue. Like, you got knocked the, you know what, out. That came from me. It wasn't in the script. And I love it because it's in all the other Fridays. Right. But I remember when I said it, and I know it, and it came from me, but it's just, but it was part of the movie, you know, and that's the thing about it all. When you work with a great cast and great people and everybody on their A game, that's what makes something great. Not one person. It's like basketball. Michael Jordan can't win a game by himself. LeBron James can't win a game by himself. Everybody got to be on point and to win, you know. Right. Yeah.
We got more when we come back. It's Chris Tucker. It's Ryan Kevin Uncensored. We're back with Chris Tucker.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
What you gonna say? What?
How the family?
Kids good, man. Man, they grown.
How many kids you got now?
3.
3?
Yeah.
I got 1, man.
I know.
They're expensive.
Well, you know.
I stopped.
Y'all, you put them on. You put them on the floor. I mean, I've been seeing y'all in the front of all the basketball games.
Every year, man. He grew up going to the All-Star, man. That's our time. Every year we hanging out. Yeah. We hanging out. Yeah.
So you gonna have some more kids?
I don't know. We'll see.
Whoa.
I'm telling y'all too much. We record?
Yeah.
I don't know.
That wasn't a no.
It wasn't yes.
I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, how many people are in your family?
I'm the youngest of 6.
So that's what I'm saying. You come from a big family.
Big family, man. It was fun too.
With just one, what do you think?
You know what? You know what? We'll see, man. We'll see. But the youngest. I'm the youngest of 6 kids, and we had a lot of fun, man. It was always something to do. It was always cool, and I saw a lot at a young age, and that helped me, mature, faster, because I would see my brothers and sisters get in mess, and I'm like, man, I ain't gonna do that. Ugh, God, they get whoopings. I'm like, what did you do, man? Daddy tore your butt out. Make sure I don't do that. I'm taking out the trash next time.
So the tour is in effect. The shows are in effect. You're back on the road. I just have one request. Can we? I know you've got new Michael Jackson stories.
Oh yeah, I got plenty, man.
Christmas.
Plenty good ones.
Plenty good ones.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
Yeah, man. We that was a blessing, man. That was a blessing hanging out with Mike when we could. But he was, man, first time I met him, I flew across country to New York from L.A. on a private plane, a G5 or something like that. Back then I was flying on these big old planes, so I thought it was, it wouldn't, that would happen if it's a big plane, So I'm spending all this money, flew all the way to New York to meet Michael, because we first talked on the phone. I was doing Rush Hour 2. He was doing his album, and he said, when you finish, you come to New York and we'll say hello. And I said, all right. So I had something I had to do in New York, flew all the way to New York. I couldn't reach him. So the whole time I was there, I couldn't reach him. I'm calling him. Flew back to L.A. on this G5 jet. And soon as I land, I check my phone. Here's somebody from Michael's office. I'm like, Mr. Jackson want to meet you in the morning in New York and at the Four Seasons. I said, I said, oh my God, I just landed. We taxied, and I went up to the pilot, and I said, turn around. Can you take me back to New York? And he said, you for real? You know how much they're going to cost? I said, you got my credit card. Just take me back to New York.
Dang.
And I went back to New York, didn't even get off the plane, and that's when I met Michael. It was expensive, but it was worth it. It was worth the trip.
He said, you got my credit card.
Yeah, go ahead. Just
turn around.
Just go ahead.
That's how he got it.
Get back
that's
up
how
in
it was
there,
rolling.
man.
You know,
Back then, I wouldn't do that no more.
He doesn't even remember some of the stories that he's told me. Do you remember the story when you was talking about, and you could tell it, I always thought you should take this to the stage. You said you were coming from the Bahamas or somewhere, and you took off in some really, really bad weather, and you said that everybody was all nervous about the plane ride, and he probably ain't gonna remember this, but it was so funny. You said that you was like, went up to the pilot, and you said, are we gonna be okay? You said the pilot had tears coming down his eyes, and he was like, just get back there and put your seatbelt on.
That was coming from the Kentucky Derby. That was from the Kentucky Derby. Oh, man, I remember that.
Just get back there and
he
put
was
your
back there. Yeah, he was up there crying and scared, and man, he couldn't see nothing. I was like, oh, and I was trying to live, so I didn't cuss him out. I just went back, got in my seat. And when he landed, I was so happy we landed. I just walked off. I didn't say nothing to him. He didn't say nothing to me.
Man,
we should not have been in that air.
Man, that story is so funny. I was like, imagine you worried about the plane going down and the pilot is crying to me, just get back there and put your seatbelt on.
Put your seatbelt back on. I was like, God, don't. I can't even talk to this man right now.
We got more. We come back. I was hoping you remember that story.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, that was coming from the Kentucky Derby. It was a short flight too. Oh my God, man! The pilot crying. Yeah, that's scary, man. And then what's the name? The tray tables came up and came out like this. That was how the turbulence was like, and all the tray tables. I was like, oh man, no. And everybody got saved on that plane. Jesus.
You need to take that one to the stage, bro. I'm telling you.
I gotta talk about that.
That one is hilarious, man, because just the visual of the pilot. Tears was coming down his face.
Man, I was like, oh, he gotta focus. Get me out of this, man. Get me out of this dark cloud up. It was crazy.
It is Ryan Cameron Uncensored. Good friend Chris Tuck at the Fox Theater March 14th. Get your tickets at foxtheater.org. The Legend Tour, Sherman Golden opening up. Man, you might have to add another show, man.
I hope so, man. Yeah. We might have to. We got Friday on hold, so y'all come out and we'll probably be doing another show. Yeah, for sure.
So when you are coming up with all your bits, who do you try them out on, man? Does your son think you funny?
I think he does, because when I'm talking to him, it's always like, come on, man, it's time to do it now. It's time to ready. We be talking, business, but I think, I make him laugh from time to time, but, it's a father-son thing.
Right.
It's
Does he
serious.
take your advice?
Yeah. I got a great son, man. I'm blessed. He listens. He shows up. He comes to church and he does. I tell him to do something. He's still doing it. So that's a blessing. But I hit the clubs, man. Like everybody else, you got to hit the clubs. I was in LA hitting the clubs and I hit the clubs before I get on stage, man, and get up there and work. It's no, you got to do it.
I mean, I think even going back, and I was telling somebody earlier, like the very first time I came to LA, you had just did Money Talks, I think, and Charlie Sheen had given you a Bentley.
Yeah.
And you picked me up in the Bentley, and it was just, considering that we were doing comedy at Comedy Act, but just to see you I think you went to the LA, the Comedy Store or whatever, you took me someplace, and you just got out the car and just went up on stage and just ripped, and then just got back in the car like it wasn't nothing, man. I mean, that's the gift. I think that people, to be able to make people laugh, and I think sometimes you forget just how great you are, man. I mean, that is amazing, bro. And that was way back then. So I know now you really got to be doing your thing when you get up. When you walk out there on that stage and you see those lights, man, what's that feel like for you now?
Man, it's such a blessing. It's like I go into a zone, man, and it's the gift God gave me, man, and it's just it's out of my control at that point. Once I get on stage, you get all of me. I don't hold anything back, and I make sure I'm ready. and prepared to go to give a great show. But yeah, man, it's nothing like it. It's nothing like it. I've been doing it, I don't know how long now, since, like I said, I used to host talent shows in high school about 30-some years.
Yeah.
And at this point, I think I'm at my best and at my height of where I'm going to go. And I'm going to keep going up with this. So it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. And to go to see, my fans in each city and all around the world, it's just great.
Has Netflix or anybody approached you about doing a special?
Well, I did a special with Netflix in 2015, but I just wait till I get it together, and then I'll see what I do from there. Yeah, it's time. It's time. Yeah, I think it's one there, so we're gonna see.
So, other than comedy and acting, what's the one thing you still enjoy to do?
Man,
hitting them golf balls in the water.
I love playing golf now.
Hit them golf balls in the water. He like that.
Yeah, I love playing golf, but I ain't playing in a while because I've been busy on the tour. But I like to, I like to go to the All-Star game with my son every year. Family, we get together, for the holidays and stuff like that. Of course, everybody love that type of stuff. But yeah, that's probably golf, family, son, stuff like that. Vacation. Yeah.
Amen. We appreciate you, brother.
Thank you, Ron.
As always, I'm gonna work on getting you that residual check.
Man, give me my money, man. I hate to bring it up on air like this.
The Chris Tucker
we could
rap
have talked about it later, but I think we should let everybody know what's going on.
It should be quadruple platinum by now, man.
Man, I brought you so much fame from that song, man, and you didn't buy me a Ferrari or something.
The whole time you took the break, I kept the career alive.
You kept my name out there. You did. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. We good.
No matter what station I went to, I took the Chris Tucker rap with me.
I appreciate that, because a lot of people always say, "Man, didn't you do it rap?" Something. Yeah, about 30 years ago with rap. I appreciate that. We even. Okay, we even.
We even, man. All right, man. We got more coming up. It's Ryan Cameron Uncensored.